I appreciate you guys watching. Click all the links down below. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. It really helps the algorithm. We're revisiting the one vein arrows from One Arrow. These are the 3D printed Fletchings. You've seen them on elk shape. You've seen them if you've been to a tack recently. We did a video on these, just shooting them out to 100 yards. Actually, these and the one wing, these. And a lot of people, probably the most commented thing was, well, how does it steer a broadhead? How does it steer broadheads? So we're gonna put that to the test today because that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I've been shooting a ton of broadheads. I got broadheads everywhere. I hadn't shot any with these. So we are going to see how these steer broadheads, mechanical and fixed blades. So I've got 3 Victory HLRs. We've been doing our broadhead testing with. If you hadn't been watching that, you should definitely watch those videos. They're coming out. So like, subscribe, so you'll see those. So I've stripped them off because they've been shot through wood and plywood, and their fletchings aren't, the tack veins weren't holding up as good as they used to. So these are going to be perfect for adding our one veins too. So let's get to it. All right, so one of the things I misspoke on in the first video is the alcohol, the rubbing alcohol or the isopropyl alcohol is the lubricant, and it evaporates and dries quick, and that's what allows it to set once the alcohol has evaporated. And I think I made the comment that it's either, you know, this somehow sets on there. I don't know the science, and I don't. I watched a video, I talked to him a little bit, and there was like weeks in between. So I'm going to put a little bit of this alcohol on here. I didn't stretch these out like I did the other ones, and they worked fine the other way too, but definitely want to have a little bit of this rubbing alcohol as a lubricant. Yeah, those go on good. No need to stretch those at all with that alcohol on there. And you can kind of tell it's already starting to dry. We'll get them in the same spot again. The idea is have them as far back as we can without face contact. I don't know. We'll try to get them consistent, and we'll go from there. We're not going to test enough to know the exact spot in this video of where they should be. All right, so we fletched 3 arrows in like 20 seconds maybe. You can kind of see they're all relatively the same distance from the back. Haven't shot them yet, so I don't know if that's exactly where I want them, but I think that's pretty good for where I traditionally would have the veins be. They're on. I mean, we're gonna let them dry a little more as that keeps evaporating, but they're on. They're good to go. So what we're going to look at is how much do these weigh. These are 100 grain tips. I've got 100 grain broadheads here. These were coming in at like 410. They had a wrap though. They're not gonna have a wrap now, so they're probably going to be closer to 400. 410, just about perfect actually. So 410 is what these are going to weigh, which is exactly what I've been testing with, so that's just about perfect. All right, so we've given them just a second for that alcohol to evaporate. We are going to shoot through paper. I know that's not the end all be all. I know that's not, like, we're going to broadhead tune some as well, so we're just going to try to see if these are flying pretty straight. So let's get one through the paper. All right, so just about perfect. You can see it up here, just about perfect with that. We were hitting a little bit right because we had broadhead tuned with a different arrow with a different broadhead, so we had to move it back just a little bit, but we're doing really good. Let's go shoot through, let's go start shooting some broadheads, get a 20 mark. All right, we're gonna get a quick 20-yard group with field points just to prove that we're flying good, you know, our bow's on, so if anything's hitting weird, we can't blame the bow. So everything we've been doing up to this point is just kind of prove that the bow and arrow are fine. I think we're going to be happy we're using these veins today and not something I got to glue in because they are shooting fantastic. All right, so I don't know if you can see, they're shooting great. This one has been shot through and it busted the knock. It just about Robin Hooded this arrow. Hopefully that HLR is not broke. Might be. The knock's definitely toast. They're grouping great. Field points, no problem. Bow, shooting straight. We are just a click left of center on that. Shooting bullet hole. We're ready to start throwing some broadheads on, see how they shoot. Hopefully I ain't got to replace an HLR. That replacing the vein will be no problem. If you wondered about how the veins, you know, if they move, this one got shot through. It might have moved up just a little bit, but it's pretty good. So we've taken our practice tips off. We're gonna shoot 3 of probably the most popular ones. We've got 100 grain Mega Meat. We've got 100 grain Rage. I think this is the hypodermic, I believe. 100 grain Rage. And we've got 100 grain Schwacker. So we're gonna shoot at 50 yards. Again, I know that's like probably extreme, but that will give us a good idea of how they fly. You know, I could shoot them at 20 and they'd all hit in the middle and we go, yep, they're great. 50 yards will expose any kind of a flaw that you've got. If they're not flying good at 50, you'll know it for sure. All right, we've got a coyote 50 yards down there, a 3D coyote, 50 yards down there. All right, here we go. Let's see how they fly. Ooh, that one definitely was doing some wild flying on that. All right, Rage, hypodermic. Rage flew pretty good. Schwacker. Whew, I think the Schwacker and the Rage are touching at 50 yards. This is getting ridiculous. This part of this one is cut off from getting hit by, I think the Schwacker. I think the Schwacker caught it and just clean cut it off. So we've almost Robin Hooded 2 arrows. These were at 50. The other one, we did Robin Hood basically, the other one's at 20. It busted an HLR. So I'm almost down 2 HLRs, definitely down 2 of these 1 veins. I'm gonna reshoot this one. These flew great. They might be hitting a little left. I can adjust my sight, bring them back over. That's not a flight issue. That's a sight just not being sighted in perfectly at 50 yards for these broadheads and these arrows. But they're steering them great because they're hitting the exact same spot. They're just maybe 2 inches left of where I'm hoping to hit, I should say. This one though, flew weird. You could see it flying out weird. I guess I'll pull this one first. A refletch, this one that got cut off. Again, luckily, this is not one we got to glue in because I don't want to wait for it to dry. So I'm going to put just a little bit of this alcohol in there. It should wick up underneath there so that I can have that lubricant to get it out. Then we should be able to break the seal and get it to slide off. We're just going to throw another one on. Reverse order, I guess. So we're down a couple veins, 1 arrow. Do yourself a favor, go check out RamboBikes.com. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. Save you a bunch of money. It's our biggest supporter of the show. Like, subscribe, comments, the easiest way you can help. Palmetto Precision Strings, big supporter of the show. Go to their website, palmettoprecisionstrings.com. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. It'll save you some money. Also, Black Flag. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. It'll save you some money. All right, so that quick, we are fletched back up and ready to go before I could even get through a commercial. Next, we're moving on to fixed blades. So I was going to shoot a Rage, but this is, I was going to shoot a Mega Meat again and see why it didn't fly good, but it's kind of destroyed from the foam block. So, and this is the last one I have. The other one got destroyed at another time. So we're not using G5s for anything, Mega Meats. All right, next up we're going to get into some fixed heads, see how they fly. I fully expect to have to tune the bow a little bit to get these to fly right. So just fixed heads in general, I think that's just kind of the norm from what I found. We're going to use the Helikill. This is 100 grain, helical, single bevel, gnarly looking broadhead that does a gnarly cut. Again, these are probably going to catch more drag. So as these go, they're probably going to hit a little lower. So I'm probably going to have to add a yard or so. That's the norm from what I found. Annihilator, 100 grain, loving these Annihilators. And we'll use a, this is from our first round winner. I'll tell you what, we'll use a tooth of the arrow broadhead. These flew really good, so we'll use one of these as well. These are a 4-blade. These probably flew the best out of all of our broadhead testing at distance, so these should probably fly pretty straight. So let's go out here, 50 yards, see how they fly. All right, 50 yards even. We're going to start off with tooth of the arrow because I think it might be the one that actually flies pretty close to field point or close to the mechanicals. How they flew, could be wrong. We're gonna find out. Low. All right, Annihilator, 50 yards. We've moved our rest a little bit. Hopefully it'll get us where we need to be. Low. So as expected, we're catching some wind. We're dragging a little bit with these bigger heads. So we're gonna add a little bit of yardage. Left, right was not bad on that. So this will be our helikill. So that little bit of adjustment might have been what we need. Whew, did not like that. We're gonna shoot him again. We've added a little bit of a yard. We'll go back, tooth of the arrow to start. Added a yard or so, maybe 2. See if we can get the height right. All right, 50 yards, tooth of the arrow. Noticing a little bit of parachuting. Annihilator. They're hitting good, but they're just, I'm seeing a little bit of parachuting. Helikill. Whew, those are flying crazy. Fixed blades on these one vein arrows. These had a little more wobble in flight. Now, I'm not a perfect tuner of single, single blades or, like iron wheels stuff. I'm not a broadhead tuner guy. I can fumble my way through it. So somebody who's been doing it for years, they might be able to get that wobble out and get it tuned just right. These two were hitting exactly where I was aiming. So accuracy wise, I think you're still going to get the accuracy, but I'm getting a little bit of wobble. Again, somebody that's been tuning broadheads for years would probably have no problem fixing that. I tend to be more of a mechanical guy. I've shot the G5s, the Beasts, Rages, all the different mechanicals over the years. So I feel like a Beast would fly no problem out of these. Speed, Rage, all those would have no issue flying out of these. But for whatever reason, this big sail up front, and they're pretty low profile. They're not like a Super Saber or anything like that. That's going to give you a little more steering. They didn't steer mine as good as I would have thought. But again, I think somebody who really broadhead tunes all the time would have no issue with these. If I was shooting these, I would have no reservation about putting these on them. I think these would fly great. The Rages, the Mega Meat did not fly as good, but it's got all these things sticking off of it as it's flying through there. It's got a little bigger profile. It had a wobble and hit low, but again, it's got a lot of stuff sticking out on it to catch some air and not a whole lot of vane back here to correct it. But the Rage, the Schwacker, hit exactly where I was aiming. That's a 50-yard shot at a coyote, a little coyote target. Hit exactly where I was aiming, would have killed the coyote. So these would pair up really well. I think, again, a Beast and a Speed and things like that would do really well too. These fixed blades though, for me, I'm not gonna be able to get them to tune right, I don't think. Now Dan, in his video, shot them, and I think he had them flying pretty good. So he was able to get them to tune right. So take that for what it's worth. I just couldn't get them to tune right. Now, again, I'm not an expert on that, so don't take that as, well, it's impossible. I'm just not the qualified person to do it. But I could get them to hit in the exact same spot. I was just seeing a little bit of wobble in the back. Again, maybe 410 grains a little too light for this setup. Maybe it should be a heavier arrow. I don't know, but they are really neat. They fly really accurate. I would hunt with these with a mechanical without a doubt. I might hunt with these with a mechanical because I do just want to see what happens. Stick around, we're gonna have a video on what happens when you shoot an animal with these. Do they just pop off? Do they crumple up and go through? I want to see before we take them out into the woods. So they're an interesting product for sure. They fly great at distance. You saw in the other video, if you hadn't already, they 100 yards we're slapping arrows with actually these. But these, he did say these are like, I think he may have said 40 and in, so I may have done him a disservice to shoot him at 50. But the groups were fine with the mechanical especially, and with the practice tip at 50 yards, group was fine. But these are the long range ones. If you leave a comment, let me know if you want to see these shooting broadheads. Let me know in the comments. These are the one wing vanes from one arrow. So they're pretty cool as well. But as far as deer hunting, we were looking at these today and how they steered broadheads. They're definitely going to be great for a mechanical. So if you're a mechanical guy, check those out. I have no affiliation with them other than just testing some products for them, and I think they're pretty cool. So appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, stick around. Rambo Bikes, Palmetto Precision Strings, Black Flag. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. Save yourself some money. Helps the channel out a bunch. If you're hiking in, you don't want to be hiking. You'd rather be riding a bike, not having to waste all your energy on the walk in, the walk out. So appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.